All right. Welcome to DCT.
Episode 56 for like the 17th time. We were just clapping before the episode trying to time our claps correctly. And
I'm going to spend the entire editing process just making it the Friends clap. Just like
just a bunch of cuts of us together just throughout the first 10 seconds.
Yep.
I love that. You know what else I love? These cherry blossom jerseys that came out, dude. Oh my god. Dude, seeing players that have been all-stars before wear your team's jersey is like a completely new feeling to me as a Wizards fan. And as soon as I can just get my hands on a Trae Young cherry blossom jersey, I feel like I'll be complete.
Going frontward hat.
Oh, frontward hat.
Yeah.
Damn. I didn't realize we were serious. But yeah, so I'd really like a cherry blossom jersey. That'd be nice. And little birdie told me that I might be getting one soon.
For those of you that don't know, Keenan's birthday is in, 5 days?
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Well, now 4, because technically it's midnight. Oh, fly.
Is it really?
Fuck.
Oh, man.
Sorry.
It's late.
Yeah.
But this is how committed we are to recording for you guys.
Yeah.
We're up into the wee hours of the midnight.
But I had a theory
Oh.
about the Wizards. And I want to get your take on it and everybody else's take if I'm just a stupid idiot that thinks too much about the Wizards, which nobody else does. But
You have to think for the rest of us.
so you know how last year Luka got traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis,
Yeah.
and everybody was clowning him, or not clowning him, clowning Nico Harrison and the Mavericks organization for getting rid of a guy that had literally just brought you on a finals run and averaged like 33, 8, and 9.
Yeah. I mean, rightfully so.
Rightfully so,
Nico's an idiot.
But then, coincidentally, the Mavericks got the number 1 overall pick and replaced the best white boy in the league with another great white boy in the league.
I think I know where you're going with this. I don't like it very much.
Really? Okay. My thing is that do you think that now that Trae Young and Anthony Davis are both in Washington, do you think that means that the NBA is more inclined to give the higher pick to a team with stars on it like Washington over teams like a Sacramento or an Indiana, teams that are of even smaller markets than we are, but may technically benefit more with a star, but they don't want to give that to a smaller market team.
Right, yeah.
So do you think the AD and Trae move vaults us into that sort of Mavericks move where, they just traded away their star. They want stars in DC. They bring Trae. They bring Anthony Davis. Now they bring AJ Dabanta. They bring a Cameron Boozer. Do you think that's more likely, or do you think I'm just talking out of my ass right now?
I think it's a good theory. I think in terms of the teams that are going for this number 1 pick, or like the bottom 6 teams or whatever, I feel like the Wizards are the next team up.
Yeah.
In that sense, where they have all the pieces that are ready to be like a new contender in the NBA now. And the Wizards have just gotten their stars. They'll have a high draft pick. I feel like we won't be in like tanking concerns for the next few years now, hopefully. So I feel like we're getting into that where that's kind of like our pick is going to kind of catapult us into like out of that third tier of teams that are fighting for a bottom seed every year to teams that are like fringe playoff teams, like kind of what Charlotte did. They went from having 16 wins and then they get guys like, Khan and, they have like LaMelo breaking out as like the third best all around fantasy point guard out there in the market.
Brendan Miller's ascent.
Yeah. I mean, he's been disgusting. And I mean, like, I kind of just grazed over Khan, but like Khan's really good.
Oh, yeah.
And so like
Rookie of the year.
I feel like the Wizards are going to have a sort of Charlotte kind of year next year. I mean, Charlotte's going to be in the playoffs probably. I mean, they're fighting for it right now. So
I mean, I think right now they're a 7th seed.
So I'm hoping that'll be us next year. And I do like the theory. I think the theory's good.
Okay, good.
What do you think?
I mean, I thought of the theory.
Yeah.
So I I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
If you're the NBA and you want to have a team that is going to be on the come up, the Wizards would kind of be like the perfect blueprint for future teams to do what they need to in order to compete.
Right.
So, like, build that core of solid players. You know, you've got your Alex Sars, your Trey Johnsons, maybe your Dibansas, maybe your Cameron Boozers. And then you've got role players on the team that are still young, a Bub Carrington, a Bilal Coulibaly. And then you add veterans into that mix that were former All-Stars or could still be All-Stars in Trae Young and Anthony Davis. So if you combine that all together, I think it makes for a good sort of melting pot of what you need in order to make the NBA playoffs, especially in the Eastern Conference.
And then that bald-headed alien will go up there and tell us we get the 4th pick, and I'm going to start eating lead for breakfast. But
Yeah.
I like the theory. The theory's good.
Thank you.
And since we're talking shop, spitting some WNBA, Jesus, NBA verbiage. I want to talk about the Wizards.
Yeah.
Because, well, it's not that I want to talk about the Wizards. It's that I'm obligated to talk about the Wizards. You guys have been doing your job, I guess, but you got to make it less obvious. Guys, we have lost 20 of the last 21 games.
So you're telling me that in the last 20 Wizards games, they have one more win than I do?
And, well, even if you want to count it as a win, we beat the Jazz by 14. So, meh. But
Better record than us.
yes. So we're doing the tanking correctly. Trey's probably going to be done for the year. I don't see him probably suiting up again. He'll probably just have a fake injury for the rest of the year and then be ready to play next year.
Yeah.
On the other side of the coin, though, I have heard some rumblings about a AD contract that needs to get written or wrote, whatever.
Written was correct.
They were talking about having him suit up for a couple games towards the end of this year
I think that's
to get a gauge for his contract for his 1 year. Next year, it'll probably be a 1 year. So, might be kind of nice to see him play. I'd really like to get him out on the floor with Sar and see how that's going to work. Because, it's kind of just like a plug and play, because, we kind of saw what it was like with AD and Cooper Flag. So, it's essentially the same thing. I know I'm not saying directly that Cooper Flag is on the same level as Alex Sarr, vice versa, but about the same. So I think it'd be good to see him play a couple games. I'd really like to see him play a couple games. I'd really just like to see anybody that's been historically good at the game wear a Wizards jersey, because we don't get a whole lot of those. So maybe I'm a little biased towards wanting to get him to play. But
yeah.
We also, the cherry blossom jerseys are also sexy, and I'd like to see him wear one at least some point for the rest of this year.
He'll wear one next year.
Yeah, he'll wear one.
They're not
when they go on sale. We have to wait a whole freaking year for them to go on sale.
Yeah.
But anyways, some win total updates. So I know I was just giving the Wizards some crap for tanking, but there is the grass is greener over here where it comes to win totals at the end of the year. So
if the Wizards know how to do one thing, it's tank.
It's lose. They've been Brian Keefe knows his way around a tank engine. Okay. So right now your bottom 4 teams in the league in terms of wins are the Kings at 20 wins. You got the Nets at 19, the Pacers at 18, and the Wizards at 17. So the Wizards officially, after the Pacers win tonight on the 1st of April, the Wizards now have the worst record in the league.
Let's shoot for 20.
We can get 20 wins next year, guys. We are securing that top 4 draft pick right now. But I wanted to kind of veer off of this for a little bit, because I want to talk about the big question mark that's going to be on our minds for the offseason, which is going to be who is the coach for next year. Mm-hmm. So I was looking through some coaching, free, coaches that are available for the offseason this year.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot, and there's definitely not a whole lot of good ones. But I'm making cases for two people here. First one being Mike Malone. Now, nobody has signed Mike Malone since the Nuggets have released him earlier in the year.
Very surprising.
Which is very surprising, but I feel like he's still seeking that head coaching job, and, I mean, nobody has straight up given up their head coaches yet.
Yeah.
Unless you're the New York Jets. But, sorry, I just had to get that in there.
They actually haven't.
Oh, they haven't yet?
No.
I thought they, like...
Aaron Glenn?
Yeah.
No, he's still there. They gave him more than a year. Who would have thought?
Yeah. Crazy. Anyways, I like Mike Malone. Everybody likes Mike Malone.
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't? He took a Nuggets team with the best player on the planet and won a ring in 2023. So he knows what it takes to, make playoff runs, win big games, form relationships in center guard combos like Jokic and Murray were. I'd really like to see that develop with an AD Sar, with Trey Johnson.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, it's like the possibilities are endless, and Mike Malone is definitely the guy to do that. The only problem that may come up with this is Mike Malone, because the Wizards, while they are gaining some traction and popularity amongst the NBA, it's still not a hot spot for where coaches, especially ones like Mike Malone, who are out of a job right now and are looking to revitalize their coaching career, go to Washington. Nobody has ever said that they are going to revitalize their career in Washington. So, unless you're Michael Jordan. But, there was a whole other side of that revitalization. But it's going to be on him. There's a lot of risk with Mike Malone coming over here, with him being at the end, somewhat at the end of his coaching tenure in the league. It's going to be a huge risk for him. If it doesn't pan out, he'll be out in a year, and he'll probably have to demote himself from looking at head coaching to looking at, probably positional coaching or being on a coaching staff, or maybe even going down to college ball. So it's going to be tough. He's going to have to make that decision. It's going to be kind of risky, pretty risky for Mike Malone, but I think that should be like our number one priority for a head coach if we're going to get one in the offseason. And the second one being Brian Keefe, because as much as I hate to admit it, all of the other coaches that are in the league that are going to be available suck, and Brian Keefe is much better than them. The one thing that I have seen consistently out of Brian Keefe is his ability to coach and train up young guys, and he's had guys develop really well in our organization so far, with your Alex Sarr, Bilal in more recent, like this season and a little bit last season. And then guys like Will Riley, who are bouncing between the G League and our team and getting some time with Keefe and getting minutes. And Will Riley's going to be good.
He's been playing phenomenal.
He's going to be that 7th and 8th role player on our bench once these starters get in order. But I mean, Keefe's obviously spent a ton of time with these guys. I mean, he obviously knows the room better than any coach would. Keefe has never really been in a position to go and try to win games. Like, ever since he's taken the team from Unseld in, I think it was 2018 or something like that, it's always been a tank. Every year has been, let's try to get a good draft pick and then see where we end up next year. He's never had the job of going out and winning and trying to fight for a playoff spot. So next year, I would like to see him be that that could be his 1 year. His 1 year where he just goes out there and tries to win as many games as possible. And it could be a good audition year for him. I mean, it's going to be his job on the line if they ride with him next year. So I like either of those coaching options. I'd kind of lean towards the Mike Malone one just because I believe that he is also way better at developing young guys, and I
mean, he developed Jokic.
Yeah, so I mean, the product speaks for itself. So, just some thoughts about some head coaching opportunities that are going to come up in the near future.
I like it.
And I mean, the other ones were Doc Rivers and what's his name, Thibodeau?
Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah.
Yeah. He doesn't have a job right now.
No,
right?
he's still out there, but he's also not a big development of the young guys. Plus, the games are kind of different from the Knicks and the Wizards.
His biggest thing is Tom Thibodeau's biggest flaw is the fact that he plays his guys 40 minutes a game. So the fact that I don't think he'd be a good fit for us just due to
He's
the
got
fact-
no bench. Like, he doesn't develop bench players.
He doesn't, but also, like, if we've got guys that are already getting injured, can you imagine playing Anthony Davis 40 minutes a game next year?
I couldn't tell you the last time Anthony Davis played 40 minutes of basketball.
It would be bad, but I like it.
Yeah.
That's a good head coach search.
It pained me writing about Brian Keefe, but I was thinking about it. I was like, is Brian Keefe a genius?
Is that why you were wincing so much earlier?
Yeah, just slightly. I was like, Brian Keefe. I was like, God, do I just scrap this and just talk about Mike Malone? But it's like, yeah, I'll give him his flowers, I guess.
Fuck it.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, let's talk about something that's a little bit more positive. The lovely Washington Nationals. They are now 6 games in, sitting at exactly 500, but playing a lot better than we thought they were going to. Obviously, our season outlook was not great.
Mm-hmm.
Betting that they'd probably win between 63 and 67 wins. All right.
I hit the microphone. I lost all the aura from that.
Yeah, well, can't win what you didn't have.
Can't lose what you don't have.
But 3-3. They won their first series against the Chicago Cubs, 2-1.
Yeah.
3 games they put up.
Boo.
3 games they put up 18 runs. So
Amazing.
the bats were alive.
Yeah.
And then they unfortunately lost their series to the Phillies.
Boo.
It was really close. Both games that they lost were decided by 1 run. The game today against the Phillies was a disaster.
A brutal collapse.
They lost 5-6.
Yeah.
And at one point they were up 5-1.
Mm-hmm. They lost in extras.
Brutal. I will say again, in those 3 games, they did score 21 runs, with one game having 13 runs in it.
That was the one win, too, by the way.
Exactly. So the bats have been alive so far this season, which is exactly what we said needed to happen if the Nats were going to have any success this season.
Now, the players that have their bats alive, that may be a different story.
Very interesting players. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some winners so far from this season and then some losers.
Let's do it.
Let's start off with the losers.
All right.
I'll go back and forth. I'll do loser, winner, loser, winner.
Okay.
So, first loser, James Wood.
Yeah. Dude has been a ghost.
He is not playing like we predicted 40 home run James Wood season.
He's not playing like the bobblehead on my nightstand right now. Let me tell you.
I mean, 27 at-bats. He has 3 hits. And,
that is terrible.
And 12 strikeouts.
That's terrible.
It's not that he has 1 home run. It was against the Cubs, I believe, and it was in a loss. So, not
garbage time.
Not a good start for James Wood at all. We need his bat to come alive.
Be a leader of this offense and of this team instead of trying to coast under the 270 team average right now.
So, James Wood, first loser. First winner. Nobody saw this one coming. Joey Wiemer. He started the season off reaching base on his first 10 at-bats. I mean, the guy is playing out of his mind right now. He bounced around the league in the past couple of years. Mm-hmm. 4 teams in 2 years for him. Finally finding a home with the Nats so far this season. He's got 2 home runs, 4 RBIs. He's leading the league in batting average at .588. And his OBP is .682. So
that's disgusting.
Obviously, it's 6 games in. We can't say that he's going to be obviously projecting that over the next 100 and whatever.
Hey, but these teams aren't pushovers. They're both pretty decent teams.
Cubs and Phillies were both playoff teams last year.
Yeah.
So I'm loving what I'm seeing. I need it to continue. Mm-hmm. Maybe if James Woods also starts batting like Joey Wiemer is.
That could be good. We're paying him all that money.
Not a sentence I thought I was going to say.
Woods got to get better for Wiemer.
Yeah. But let's go back to the loser.
Yeah.
And I don't know how this guy is even on the team. I remember putting together this list at the beginning of the season, I was like, okay, who do I have to look out for in terms of like reasons why we might lose a game? And in that TikTok that I made about the Nats losing, one of the pictures I used for just the definition of below mediocrity was Andre Granillo. And so far, he is really living up to that title because he's obviously one of our closers, and he's played a combined 1.1 innings in 2 games. In 2 games, one of our closers has played 1.1 inning, and his ERA
projected over the season,
but his ERA is a 20.25. His ERA is literally the year of last.
It's not
awful.
good. It's not good.
It's not good. I don't want to harp on him too much because obviously, again, 2 games in, I'm not going to make the projection that he's going to have a double-digit ERA. Right now, he's looking like he has a 20.25. But we'll back off.
Let's shoot for 10.
And then just a couple more winners I want to talk about. Cade Cavalli playing pretty well. Today, 6 innings pitched, 5 hits. His ERA so far this season is a 2.79, so pretty solid.
Not bad.
And then he has 8 strikeouts so far, so pretty fantastic. I need him to be a little bit better because against the Cubs today he was fine.
Yeah.
Or against the Phillies today he was fine.
He's like all right.
Yeah. So we'll see. And then Dalen Leal also been playing really well. Been getting on base a lot. Batting average of 407. So
bats are alive in Washington.
Bats are alive in Washington, D.C., and we need to keep it that way.
Yes.
So,
and you know what'll keep the bats alive? Crazy, absurd hypotheticals. Into our next segment. See, my segues have gotten so good on this podcast, just being able to seamlessly go from one topic to another.
Oh, yeah, great.
Anyways, this is the next segment. So, I have some sort of like question / would you rather things that I'm going to ask Ben here. So, you're starting a franchise tomorrow.
Yeah.
All 4 major Washington sports teams. But you have to take one of these 2 players to start that franchise with.
Okay.
Which one are you going to take and why? I'll read it out. So the first one we're going to talk about is the Wizards. You're going to take one of these 2 players and start a franchise. Are you taking Alex Sarr or Trey Johnson?
Oof.
And why?
I think I'd take Alex Sarr. I think that his defensive impact is obviously way more than that of Trey Johnson's. And honestly, his offensive impact is around the same, if not better right now than Trey Johnson's. Obviously, I think Trey will develop into one of the best shooters in the league. However, he's not at that point right now.
Need some time.
Give us some time. Yeah, I agree. And obviously, Sarr's a year into his career more than Trey is. So he's going to have that time. But right now, defensive plus offensive, I'd give it to Sarr.
All right. Now we're going to take a stumble on over to the Nationals. Would you rather start a franchise with James Wood
Yeah.
or Joey Weimer?
James Wood.
James Wood.
James Wood is the answer here.
Yeah.
I know Joey Weimer's off to a hot start. I mean, the guy was also drafted 4 years ago and has played on 4 different teams since then. So he's having a good start. I think James Wood is obviously better. I just think he's in a little bit of a rut right now. But once he bounces back out of it, he's one of the best hitters in baseball. So
all right. Moving on over to the Commanders. Are you going to start your franchise with Trey Amos or Luke McCaffrey?
Trey Amos.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Trey, I think, has cornerback 1 potential on the team. And Luke McCaffrey's been on the team, 2 years now? He's been fine.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, last season he got injured in the, 8th game of the season?
Yeah,
so,
like before halfway.
Yeah, so obviously, projecting-wise, I think he's going to be good. But I think best he's going to be on our team is like wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
So I think he does have the potential to be a really good wide receiver 3, but I think Trey Amos has the potential to be elite at his position.
You just think his ceiling's higher.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right.
I think he's better right now.
Yeah. And then Caps. Starting a franchise, are you taking Dylan Strome or Jacob Chikrin?
Interesting. I thought you'd go younger with this just because, the Caps do have some younger guys getting minutes now.
I'll get into that later.
Oh, okay. Sorry. That's tough. I mean, I'd probably go Dylan Strome just because of his longevity with the Caps. I think Chikrin's really good, and I think Chikrin will eventually have the better career. But I think just because of the OV link up, I think I've got to go Strome.
All right, I like it. Not too bad, man. Not too bad. And speaking of our lovely Commanders, they announced their new jerseys.
Oh, dude.
April 15th, they're gonna release them. Is it just the design, or are they releasing them to buy? Do you know?
I don't know. I think the release is to buy.
Okay.
Because I don't think that they would show us what they look like.
Show the art and everything and not be able to buy it?
Yeah.
Consumerism, America, yada, yada, yada.
It's a freaking jersey, not a movie trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I'm excited, dude. There's been a lot of talks about the spears being on the uniform.
Yes.
So I'm hoping that is an actual...
We're going to start to blend into like a Florida State jersey.
Yeah.
Like that.
Which... Not bad. I mean, the design's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw it today. There was a picture going out of a possible Commander's helmet, spear inspired. A lot of people were saying this is obviously an April Fool's joke, but the logo on it was really cool. It was it was like the Commander's W, but it had the spear going through it.
Oh, tough.
It was beautiful.
Tough.
I'd love it if that were
2 more weeks. 2 more weeks.
I'm excited, but.
Speaking of the Commanders,
let's talk about possible Commanders draft prospect.
Like the same thing we've been talking about for the last 6 weeks.
Yeah,
more draft possibilities. I mean, that's going to be us for also the next two months.
I mean, when a guy's been thinking about who we're going to draft since week 7, it's getting close.
As soon as we went 3-6, I started looking at the draft boards.
As soon as Jaden Daniels died on the field, I started looking at the draft board. But I think over the next few weeks, I want to do a little bit of a deep dive on each Commander's prospect, tell you guys why exactly I think one person should be drafted over the other, what exactly each person does well and what they don't do well, and then just kind of a little background info on each person. So not only I can make my educated guess, but now you guys will be able to. So
giving the knowledge to the people.
Give the knowledge to the people that they most likely already have, but need a little bit of rundown on.
Yeah.
Just in case you weren't aware.
Just get refreshed.
So we're going to do this kind of positionally. So I'm going to go through the edge rushers first, because obviously that prior to free agency was a massive need for us. Number one need by far, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But now that we've sort of addressed it, I think it could still be a point of emphasis, especially considering that some of the guys we signed to edge were 1-year deals. So at the end of next year,
looking for a guy.
Say we do sign them again, we still need a younger player at that position. So
one that's locked in for at least a few years.
Exactly. Yeah. So my player profile on David Bailey. Measurements, first of all, 6'4", 251 pounds. His arm length is 33 3/4 inches.
It's like looking in a mirror.
Yeah. He ran a 4.5 40, which is insane.
Same.
He had a 35-inch vertical and a 10-foot 9-inch broad jump.
God.
So pretty good combine testing.
Pretty long.
He played his first 3 years at Stanford. And was named true freshman All-American.
Smart boy.
Very impressive. Yeah, very smart too. Went on to have a couple solid years after that, but his junior year he did not get any honors in, no All-Americans, anything like that. So he transferred to Texas Tech because he would believe it would lead to more success, which obviously
It did.
Yeah. He reached 52 tackles, 14 and a half sacks, and 3 forced fumbles this season, which is phenomenal by any standard, but in college, it's incredible.
It's great.
Some strengths he has really good acceleration off the line, which is key considering he's a little bit underweight in my opinion, but that acceleration what really pushes him ahead of other edge rushers in the
Makes
class.
up for it.
Yeah. He uses his hands really well, and then he has really good bend to corner at the top of his rush, so those are all pros for him. Weaknesses, like I said earlier, he's a little bit undersized in my opinion. Obviously, 6'4" is not undersized, but the 250 part of it is. I mean,
a little lighter.
Yeah. This guy's basically my weight. So,
I mean, you're pretty much David Bailey.
Yeah, pretty much. I think he kind of lacks the strength to be an effective run defender. Again, a lot of guys that are undersized like that are not always the best against the run.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we want the Commanders to be better against that this year, considering they were the worst in the league last year at it.
Working on that interior defense.
Yeah. And then he has a very bad habit. I don't want to say bad habit because it's not an awful thing to do, but he most of the time works around the blocks rather than going through them. So that is something.
Avoids contact.
Yeah.
I don't like that very much.
I don't like
Especially
it either.
with Quan Martin's goofy ass in my backfield launching himself at players.
Not with Nick Cross. Not with Nick Cross.
Nick Cross would never.
He would never. Now, on the other side of the spectrum, we've got Ruben Bain.
Okay.
We're not going to talk about it.
You got Short Arms Bane.
Short Arm Bane, unfortunately. Now, a little shorter, a little heavier, though.
What did you say about my short arms?
I saw a meme the other day where it was two T-Rexes and Jurassic Park fighting each other, and it was like when the Commanders played the Patriots next season. Will Campbell versus Ruben Bain.
Gonna be having a patty cake.
But Ruben Bain, 6'2", 263 pounds.
Big boy.
30 and 7/8 inch arm. So not even the 31-inch arm length. But I do think a lot of people kind of overstate that. I mean, if you can have college success at the level he did, I think the arm length should not be as much of a factor in drafting him as a lot of people are saying that it should be.
I hate the arm argument. It pisses me off so much. This dude just played a national championship, and you're going to say because his arms are a quarter of a, inch shorter than some of the other guys, it's going to be a problem? Bro.
Yeah.
Kick rocks, buddy.
He played 3 years at Miami. He was a freshman All-American with 7.5 sacks. And then second year got injured for 4 games, did not make as many All-Americans. And then junior year, he won ACC Defensive Player of the Year. Strength, it seems like he's very strong, so he gains control of blocks a lot. It seems like he kind of is the opposite of a David Bailey, where he runs through the block rather than getting around them.
Yeah, the short arms don't matter when you have them right here.
Yeah, exactly. So if you got them right there and you're stronger than them, obviously you're going to overpower them.
Can you tell this comment got to me a lot?
How long
I've been defending Ruben Bain for us drafting him for so long now. I feel like I'm getting sick and tired of having to keep saying the same things over and over again. Yeah. And if one more person brings up the damn arm argument, I'm gonna lose my mind, dude.
Yeah.
Talk to a wall.
And then he has a very impressive change of direction. So that's also a very pro thing for him.
Mm-hmm.
Now, weaknesses.
If you say arms, I'm going to come across this table.
I won't say arms. We've already talked about the arms enough.
It's enough of the arms. No more arms.
He does kind of seem like he has a habit of leaving his assignment early. In order to gamble and make the big play, occasionally he will miss it. So, ripping through somebody's great, but if it's the halfback tossed out to the side, it immediately becomes just a 13-yard gain.
Starting to sound like Emmanuel Forbes a little bit.
Yeah. So, And then consistency when rushing the quarterback with his hand seemed to be an issue. I know he had a lot. He had last year, I believe he had 71 pressures, and only 9 of those resulted in sacks. So it seems like getting pressure on the quarterback is not the issue. Actually sacking the quarterback.
Like wrapping him up and tackling him.
Yeah. So
probably those short-ass arms.
So when you put him in the league and he's competing against the elite guys like
Laramie Tunsil.
Yeah. So
shout out.
Well,
sorry, it's DC oriented, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Did you see that that Instagram post I sent you today talking about how Laramie Tunsil was the second rated lineman in terms of I think it was chop percentage?
Oh, I love a good chop block.
The only one better than him in the league was Panay Sewell.
Honestly, I thought he was out of the league like 5 years ago. I'm not even gonna lie.
Panay Sewell.
Yeah.
The Lions tackle?
Yeah, dude, I haven't heard his name in like at least a few years.
He got drafted like 5 years ago.
Well, that's probably why I thought he retired.
Well,
he went into the league.
Yeah, he went into the league.
He went the opposite direction.
Okay, now some comps for both. David Bailey's comp. I've got 2 guys, Jalen Phillips and Josh Hines Allen. Not to be confused with Josh Allen. They're not exactly the same person.
No.
But
one's black. And one...
Yeah, that's the only difference.
And the other one plays in Jacksonville. Sorry, so Josh Hines Allen?
Yes, Josh Hines Allen. Both of those guys were kind of considered to be undersized for the position. Again, Jalen Phillips, 6'5", I think 250. But again, 250 for an edge rusher is not really a lot.
And just caught a bag.
Yeah.
So
yeah, $120 million. And then Josh Hines Allen also thought of as an elite defender at his position. So both speed guys over bull force guys. And then the comp for Reuben Bain, I thought it's 2 guys. One, Brandon Graham on the Eagles. Again, slightly undersized, but really just uses the strength to get under people and just rush them that way.
Yeah.
And then Khalil Mack. Same kind of thing. Undersized.
Love Khalil.
Go straight through people rather than around them. So, those are my comps for them. Now,
like that.
Who would I go with is the real question here. I've been thinking about this a lot.
Oh, have you?
A lot.
Yeah. There's not much to think about.
Just in case you were wondering. But I think you're going to be surprised by my answer. I think I would go with David Bailey.
Hey, nice. Okay.
I've been kind of pounding the table for Reuben Bain a lot. But I do think, and I think my answer has changed because of our free agency class. I think our free agency is going to allow our younger players to develop better because they give them a little bit more time rather than throwing them into the fire. I think an Adafe Owe, a Charles Omenihu, a Clavon Chasen, having those guys starting at that position allows whoever we draft to sort of develop into his role as a starting edge.
Yeah, it's taking all the pressure off.
Yeah. I think probably a month ago, before we got all our guys, I would have said Reuben Bain. Now I think it's David Bailey. I think that sort of speed off the edge that we know Dan Quinn loves. And while Bailey might be slightly undersized, he's obviously more speed over running through, like I said earlier.
Right.
So I think that if we put him into sort of a developmental plan with us rather than him starting every down, I think it would do great for him. It would
do wonders.
Obviously, I think that he could be elite. I don't think it's going to be an immediate thing.
Yeah.
But I do think that if he puts on a little bit more weight and learns how to not only just use his speed, but also a bit more technique, I think that it could develop him into an all-down back once all the guys that we have right now are out.
Yeah, I like it. And I would definitely not turn my nose away to David Bailey coming to Washington. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah. I saw an interesting hypothetical. It's the one I sent you the other day. It was if all the guys at their position were thought of as like generational prospects. So
Mm.
like if Caleb Downs was Ed Reed, if David Bailey was Myles Garrett, if Christian McCaffrey, or if Jeremiah Love was Christian McCaffrey, who would you take?
Mm-hmm.
And both of us, I believe, said David Bailey.
Yeah.
Because putting a Myles Garrett or a Myles Garrett-like player into the Commanders right now, I think would solve a lot of our issues.
Yes.
So
let's just go get Myles Garrett. Why don't we just go get that guy?
Let's just send our future for Myles Garrett. That's a great idea.
1 for 1,
Sending-
Jaden Daniels for Myles Garrett.
No.
You said crazy hypotheticals, so I had to throw one out.
Sending draft picks for older players has never worked out badly for us.
Have you never met Marshawn Lattimore before?
That was my joke.
Okay.
But anyways, I believe that's all we have for you guys today. It was a shorter episode.
Well, it was shorter. I mean, I do have one more thing I could talk about. Yeah,
That's right.
if Ben didn't want to cut me off, but it's fine. It's whatever.
Well, apologies.
It's okay. I'll talk about it, but I'll make it quick considering it's late. So
No, it's okay. Keep going.
There's one more team we haven't talked about yet, our Washington Capitals.
Our hottest team.
Our hottest team right now, are currently our only team with the games that actually matter. There are 7 games left in the season, and the Caps are looking for a wild card spot. The Eastern Conference, it's kind of like a flip-flop of the NBA, where the West has all the talent and the East has all the crappy players. Hockey is just complete opposite. All the talent's in the East, and there's no talent in the West.
Except for the Boston Celtics.
Whatever you want to say, man. Whatever you want to say. So right now in the wild card spot is Columbus, and they are at 86 points.
Mm-hmm.
For those of you who don't know how the seeding works in the playoffs, you get 2 points for a win, and then you get 1 point for an overtime or shootout loss, and then you get no points for a loss. So you have Columbus sitting in the second wild card spot at 86. Yeah.
I thought it was 3 points for a win. Are you sure?
Yes, I looked it up before the episode. I have it here in little bold letters.
I don't know if I believe you.
You didn't even want me to talk about this topic, apparently, so...
I'm going to check that right now.
Okay, anyways, I'll continue yapping. So right now, Columbus is sitting at the second wildcard spot at 88 points. Ottawa is sitting at a spot below them at 86 points. Detroit is also at 86 points. Philadelphia Flyers are also at 86 points. And then you have our beloved Washington Capitals at 85 points. So there's a 3-point differential between us right now and the second wildcard spot. In terms of how the teams have been doing, Columbus has lost 4 games in a row, who currently sit in that second spot. Ottawa has lost 3 in a row. Detroit has lost 4 of their last 5. And I can't really say anything about Philly right now because they've been playing, like us, very well onto this back half of the season right now. So they are definitely a team to look out for. 2 of the pillars that have been guiding us through this very, very crucial time for the Capitals has been, number 1, Alexander Ovechkin. Dude is just... He just continues to amaze me. I don't understand.
Bands will make a dance. Bands will make a dance.
He just keeps doing it every week. He's got 5 goals in 3 games, and he had a hat trick against the Utah Mammoths, which, I mean, I don't even know what to think of the Utah Mammoths.
They traded away his best friend, and he became elite.
That's exactly what I'm saying. And then he had almost another one against the Flyers the other night. So he's crazy on the puck right now. He's been super efficient on ice. I think his plus minus went down to like a -3, which was a lot better than it was at the beginning of the season, which was like a -20. Yeah. So great, like, shout out him and shout out Logan Thompson too. Logan Thompson has just, I mean, he's the GOAT. Like, he's our GOAT. He's everybody's GOAT in Washington. He's had 3 straight wins. He's had a 2.5 goals allowed per game average, which is 8th in the league, and then a .912 save percentage, which is 6th in the league. So he is in the upper echelon of goalies right now, but you don't really get it from me just saying the stats. You have to watch him play goalie and see all of the miraculous saves that he makes and all of the games that he keeps on our side because of the goalie and the man that he is. So shout out those 2. Loving them right now. We're still having a really big, lingering power play problem. And it's still an issue. I brought it up when we did it at the beginning of the season when we talked about it, because I was like, okay, guys, we're like 10 games in. All these power plays seem to be screwing us. We've lost like 3 games in a row now because of power plays, like, specifically. And then to top it all off, like, the last like 3 games like we've won, but the teams are getting back into these games because our power play defense is horrible and we can't not foul people. I mean, Tom Wilson is still, I think, in the top like 7 players in the league in penalty minutes.
Yeah.
So we just got to figure that out if we want to make this good run to the playoffs. Chikrin, Wilson, Dubois, Strome. All are getting on the accelerator here in this back half of the season right now. Mm-hmm. They're all on an uptick right now in their point totals, and they're trending. They're all playing super well. They're all moving the puck efficiently. We're scoring a lot of goals in these games that have come over these last couple of weeks. So I'm definitely looking for more goals. Definitely looking for more defense. Keep an eye on guys like McMichael, Leonard, Protus. Those are your guys that they're going to lean on for impact in these last 7 games. Mm-hmm. And we have a doozy of a schedule for these last 7 games. So we have the Devils, who are who are actually the worst team in the league. And that'll be like our best game. Like our best game will be tomorrow night against the Devils. Then we play the Sabres, the first place Sabres. And then we play the Rangers, who are also meh, but we always struggle against playing the Rangers, so whatever. Then we play Toronto, which is
it's kind of absolutely.
They've been killing it. I think they're number 1 in
No, well, they just fired half their staff.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, I forgot there was a news article about that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're kind of
teetering.
They're on the edge of glory, and I'm hanging on a moment.
Like Lady Gaga.
I'm on the edge. Anyways, and then we play 2 games against the Penguins, who are, I believe, 3rd in the Metropolitan. So.
And we've also lost every game this year to them.
Yeah. And then you wrap it all up by playing Columbus, who is also another really good team. So.
That honestly might be to decide.
That game or the second Penguins game is going to be the game that decides. I mean, I was thinking about it. We're going to have to take at least 5 if we want this to be feasible.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at the schedule of the teams that are ahead of us, and their schedules aren't easy, but they're definitely easily winnable games.
Easier than ours.
But they've been screwing up. These teams have been screwing up a lot in the last quarter of the season. So it's it's a good
only reason why we have a chance.
It's a good possibility that we might slip into this wild card spot. So a lot to look out for with everything that we've talked about, but more to look forward to with the optimism from our Washington teams. It's becoming reality. We're getting the fruition that we wanted and that we so desperately needed, because it was going to be a long summer if we could not talk shop about the Nationals. So that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah. Sorry to cut you off earlier.
It's okay.
I just got too invested with the Commanders and thought that was going to be our tipping point. But
what are you going to do? Touch me about it or something. Anyways, thank you guys so much for tuning in. This has been DCT, Ben and Keenan.
Wow.
Late at night.
Are you signing off?
I might be. Good morning, good evening, good night, and we'll see you next week.
We got to copyright that.
Bye.